Do not believe people who have very quickly a perfect explanation for things that are generally hard to explain. Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is from Blink by Malcolm Gladwell and stories about a gentleman by the name of Braden. Braden, over the years, has studied world's top tennis players, and he says that one of the most disappointing things about his years of research is that he's not found one tennis player who can, in a consistent fashion and a meaningful way, explain how they do what they do. He says that mostly they say different things at different times, and generally the information they give is not very meaningful. He asserts that because he collects digital videotapes of these tennis players whilst playing the game. And then he breaks down their movements frame by frame to see if what they say aligns with how they are actually playing on the ground. And there is inconsistency. One of the examples he gives is that of the great tennis player Andre Agassi hitting a forehand. He says that, almost every tennis player or a pro would say that the best way to hit a really good forehand is to roll your wrist over the ball with the bracket. So you roll your wrist, and the racket rolls over the ball. And that's how you really hit a very, very good forehand. However, if you watch Andre Agassi's forehand, which has been broken frame by frame, his movements have been patterned. And, Agassi is really down to skeletons in this particular tape. You would see that that's not the truth. He does not roll his wrist to hit the forehand. And on the other hand, the truth is that a lot of people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on coaches to want to learn how to roll the wrist to hit a perfect forehand. What is the point of the story? The point of the story is that, we find in some meetings or discussions this one person who has this perfect explanation as to how something is done, which is generally quite hard for people to understand. How did you turn that client around? How did you find that insight? And this one person who very quickly has a perfect explanation for things that are generally hard. Do not just blindly believe. Instead, believe people who verbally process, who say things like, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's try to figure out. Please applaud verbal processing, applaud doubt, applaud I'm not sure versus perfectly crafted responses. The truth is that we come up with explanations for things we don't really have an explanation for very, very quickly because of the story we make up in our mind. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.